Alright, hey guys, my name is Ryan Kelly, and today we're going to be going over some more After Effects tutorials. Now I know I've been gone for a while and I haven't made any videos, but that is because I was trying to become a partner on YouTube with this account, just so I can get custom thumbnails and all that kind of stuff. And I took y'all's advice and I'm now going to add music to this tutorial. So this tutorial should be very clear and you should hear it well. But just in case it's not, please leave some comments telling me what to fix. Alright, so today we're going to be working on human explosions to be specific. And I'm going to try every day for this entire week, from Monday to Friday, to post explosion tutorials for different types of explosions. I know of 5. I'm going to show you 5, but I know more types of explosions, but I won't go over all of them. Okay. So anyway, we're just going to cover the basic explosion, but I'll show you some different types of explosions. Alright, this is the first one. This is like a decapitation explosion. My bad. And other effects in this video I might use for tutorials later on. And this one is one of my favorite videos I've edited. And this explosion is a really sci-fi explosion. And this one I probably will teach Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to think about it. Here it is. Alright, that's a really cool one that most people like. And this one is just like you get hit so hard by an explosion that you just like your body just goes everywhere. That's another kind of explosion. But this is the one we're going to be working with today, and this is the simplest explosion that it gets. Yeah, I just made that with my computer, as you can tell. I made this with the computer that I'm currently recording on, because my other computer is a lot better than this one, but it can't record tutorials. But that's sad. But anyway, Alright, let's begin on this tutorial. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our clip, and we're going to name it footage. As you've seen, I already have done that. And we're going to skim through our video and find the point where we want our character to explode. I want my character to explode 1 frame before the video ends, just as a random spot, but you can choose wherever you want in your video. And what you're going to do is you're going to duplicate it twice. And you're going to name the top layer freeze, and you're going to name the bottom layer, I forgot what, BGR. And BGR, all that stands for is background recovery. Or if you want, you could call it BGA, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Alright, and what we're going to do first, the most important part is, and if you don't do this, your effect will be totally screwed up. You have to go to your freeze, and you have to go to time, and you have to click freeze frame. Now, what that did is it freezed that video in that one spot. It's not going to move. It's going to stay like that. It's just basically like you took a screenshot, but in After Effects. And you're going to drag that overlapping the film for however long you want it to explode for. And all we're going to do is click Alt begin bracket just to cut it there. That's a technique that people use. That's the technique I use. And it's a lot easier than having to move your clip all around and all that kind of crap. But anyway, that's a good tip. Alright, and we're going to turn off this freeze frame effect, and we're going to find, with our BGR, a time in our video where there's no character or anything. It's just your background. What we're going to do is when you find that moment, you're going to click Alt begin bracket, and you're just going to end it at a random spot. Alt in bracket, and there you go. It's that easy. And you're going to line it up with your explosion, which is not that hard to do. Now, this seems pretty easy so far, right? Well, it should be. And if this is kind of getting too complicated, then you should look at my other tutorials that are for beginners and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, alright, what you're going to do is you're going to click the speakerphone for your freeze and put it on mute, because that will also mess up the clip. Because it will. And for your background, this is optional. If you want background noises, then you click it. then you don't click it. But if you don't want background noises, then you will click it. I will, just because the audio doesn't really matter to me, since this is just a tutorial purpose. Alright, and this is probably the hardest part of the whole thing, and that is doing the shape mask around your character, just so you can cut them out, just so you can cut out the parts of the freeze that you want. So I'm just going to go into my final and copy and paste the shape mask. I already had it set up. Bam. And we're just going to turn that off. And you can turn off your shape mask. All you have to do is click that button, and that works really well. You can just click it on and off. And see how our freeze frame works? That is the body of explosion. You could probably do it from here, but I'm still going to keep going. Now what you want to do is you want to go to Layer, and you want to go to Simulation, and you want to go to Shatter. Alright, and yours should look like this. Don't get freaked out if it looks technical. It's not. It's one of the easiest effects in After Effects. Alright, what you're going to do is you're going to go to View, and you're going to click Rendered, and your character just disappeared. But don't worry, I'm going to show you how to fix that. This happens a lot, and usually people think that they've done a mistake, but you've not done a mistake. You've done everything right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to open up Force 1, and you are going to click Radius and click the stopwatch. Now this is a very important part of your explosion, and if you don't do this, your explosion will also be messed up. Click it here, and you are going to take it down the 0 radius. Now what that does is you get the full explosion from start to end. See, now we got a kind of better look. But you're thinking, that doesn't look anything like an explosion. It looks really awkward. Well, it does, and I'm going to zoom in and show you what I'm talking about. Kind of looks kind of awkward. But what you can do is you can go into your shape, and you can go into your pattern, and you could change it to glass. Now this is the most realistic one. This is the one I like to use, but you could probably find other shapes. And what you're going to do is you're going to go into Force 1, click Position, and click wherever you want. If you want to adjust the way your explosion looks, if you don't like it how it is, move it around until you get a feel that you kind of like. No, I don't like that at all. I'm going to put it on his torso actually. Alright, that's pretty good. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go into your repetition. This is if you want the explosion to be like explode you, but like not big chunks, small chunks. But I'm going to do mine up to probably about 118, 120. And you get this really cool kind of glass explosion off effect. But, and just to let you know, one thing I should have said is since this is on my laptop, I don't have any of my plugins, so I'm not gonna show you. I'm not gonna show you how to add like the Action Essential pack from Video Copilot. You can probably do that yourself. It's pretty self-explanatory. But anyway, to continue. Now we have a really good looking explosion. You could keep it like this and have it amateur, but that's not how I like my explosions to look. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to Effect, Blur and Shape, Fast Blur, and you're going to change the Fast Blur to 2. And now it looks like more realistic, so the pieces aren't so sharp in HD that you can see them that well. You want it to be kind of blurry. And just to be on the safe side, you're going to click the motion blur buttons so it's even more blurred and you get the even better effect. Alright. Now, you might think that this looks pretty good. You're pretty proud of yourself for getting this far in the tutorial. Well, you're not even close to being finished because there's still way more touches you need. So you're going to click Duplicate on your freeze once again, and you're going to drop this below it, and we're going to name this layer Freeze Blood. Now, this is the huge chunks of blood that you see in my explosions. Like in Nick's story, you could see a lot of red. Like in the explosion that we do today, you see a lot of red. This is how you can get that red effect. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Effect, Generate Fill, and as you can see, it kind of left. You kind of now get this red oozy blood effect. Let me click a further event in time so you can see it kind of better. Yeah, you get this kind of effect. And the reason why it looks like this is because it's perfectly aligned and you have to change the size of the blood and all that kind of crap. Alright, but what you're going to do is you're going to click on Fill and you're going to change it to a dark bloody red. And now you're going to also go and get roughen edges and drop that on freeze blood. That just makes it look more curved, and see, that kind of looks better. Now we're going to go back up to our shatter, and we're going to go into shape, and we're going to take the repetition down to 28. And there you go. There's your pretty little blood chunks that usually a lot of people like. But if you're not a fan of, see, like, look how much better that looks. Like, it just looks a lot more realistic. And if you don't like the shade of red, just keep messing with it until you get the proper shade that you want. Like, I like my reds like really dark to the point where it's like super noticeable. Yeah, like that. And if you want, just to be safe, you might want to add a 4 motion blur to this, just so the blood doesn't look too, like, defined. Maybe 6. I don't want to make it too much. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. And you could be finished from this point. Now that you have your blood, you could be finished, but I'm not gonna be done yet. I'm gonna add some more to it, because I don't like leaving a scene incomplete. Now, of course, a character's not going to just explode. There's going to be environmental reactions. Now, there's way more environmental reactions you can do, like blood hitting the wall, like and blood hitting the ground, like on a Christmas laser guns. You can do like light flashes and all that kind of stuff. But since I don't have any plugins, I'm just going to take you to the most simple environmental effect that you can get out of After Effects that anyone could do. Anyone could do this environmental effect. It's really easy. What you're going to do is you're going to go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer. And I have an adjustment layer tutorial that goes into a little more depth on what an adjustment layer does. Alright. What you're going to do is you're going to drag it not more than a second. Probably to right there. You're going to click Alt-End. And you're going to go click T for occupancy. You're going to click 1 here and drag it to the beginning of your frame. That has to be 100. It can't be less than 100, else it'll look weird. And you're going to drag this to 0. And you don't really notice anything because I haven't added the special effects. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to Color Correction, Curve, and you're going to raise the whites up a lot, so you get this kind of explosion like the background just got shocked. Or you can go in and add any colors you want, but I'm not going to add colors. I'm just going to keep it like this. And now you got a genuine explosion. You can do whatever you want with that basic explosion, and if you want, you can go in and add some more environmental reactions, more stuff. I'll probably make another tutorial going more into depth about this effect. Alright, thank you for watching. My name's Ryan Kelly, and I will be posting a lot more explosion tutorials. And if you like this, please leave a comment, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.